Hey, I'm back. This is Clear Sky, the sequel to Shadow of Chernobyl. Uh, I've just booted up the game. I haven't even launched the game yet, or like started a save file yet. So we are gonna start completely fresh. And as with the last game, I'm just gonna play it blind. I've never played any of these games before. I've never even like really seen gameplay other than the cheeky breaky meme. Um, so yeah, this is just gonna be a blind playthrough, other than having played the first one and knowing the story and the premise and all that. Um, so I'm excited. I really enjoyed the first one. Um, there were some frustrating bits that hopefully got fixed up in this game. I really hated the PDA. I never really understood how it worked ever. It seemed really convoluted. Um, and the quests seem kind of buggy. Um, certain things like that. But yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. Even if it's the exact same, I'm still gonna love the game. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, let's get going. I think veteran was a pretty good balance last time. I died a few times, obviously, and sometimes it was a setback because I never remembered a quick save. But I think veteran was a pretty good balance. I'm tempted to try master, but I think that'll just make it a bit too uh, like grindy. Because toward the end, when there were like tons and tons of enemies, I started dying more, and I just feel like that would be boring.
In actual fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
Okay, was that
Without
supposed
going
to be
into
my
detail,
character?
I must say I have never seen anything like
I'll
this
shut up for
before.
a second.
The encephalogram suggests serious damage to the nervous system, but the other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly. Although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
It's making off.
You're awake. That's good. Welcome back to the world of the living, Stalker. How are you feeling?
Okay. Um. Yeah, that opening cutscene. I don't think that was S.T.A.L.K.E.R. He didn't look anything like S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So, and I don't know if that was my character. I guess. Um. It seemed like it probably was. So we're not playing S.T.A.L.K.E.R. in this game, I guess. I wonder if we're gonna hear about what happened to him. It doesn't look like the zone is gone. So something must have happened between now and last game. Or I just got the wrong ending. Let's see what this guy's about. He kind of looks like Dr. Phil. My head's splitting and spinning too. Basically, I'm in real good
Do you
shape.
remember what happened to you?
I remember leading an expedition through the swamps. Bunch of scientists, then the emission. That's it. Where am I? Is this heaven? Then why does it look so much like the zone?
In the joking mood, eh? That bodes well for your recovery. I'm Lebedev, the group leader, and I'm responsible for everyone here. That includes you, for as long as you're here. We call ourselves S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and you are in our base right now. We picked you up in the swamps after the emission.
I guess I got lucky then.
Lucky? I doubt it. The facts are these. You survived the emission. That's the first thing I still can't explain. The second thing is that our patrol found you in the swamps, which are essentially endless quicksand. And thirdly, you nearly got torn into shreds by a pack of pseudo-dogs. But our boys got you out just in time. Such a chain of events tells me it's more than just luck. Anyway, I need to finish what I'm doing. So let's continue this conversation later.
Okay. The dialogue audio seems kind of low. I'm gonna see if I can adjust that real quick. As soon as it lets me move. Okay, let's take a look at the audio. That's quite a big jump. I want to keep music volume down a little bit. I don't know what EAX is. We're just gonna try that. Okay. What is my inventory? Here we go. Mercenary Scar. This is interesting. I like it. I like the gauges. I wish they had more audio options. I'd like to turn down the ambient sound. That looks like something I should be able to pick up. No. Okay, we still got leaning. Seems like they improved on... No, crouching is the same. I gotta rebind that. Chart there. Alright, give me a sec to edit the control configuration real quick. I'm just gonna cut this out. Alright. Yep, that's, alright. Everything feels good now. Let's see what's up. Is this where I'm supposed to walk? That doesn't look like... How am I supposed to get down? I mean, obviously I know I can just walk across here, but I'm gonna do it properly, you know? Here's the stairs. Who are you?
I'm glad to see you, young man. You look considerably better.
Professor... Professor Beanpole. I've seen all types of folks in the zone. Some come here chasing their dreams, some come in search of the zone's wonders, and some are just looking for loot. Why does Clear Sky study the zone?
People are mistaken in their belief that they understand the essence of what the zone truly is. Some consider it to be a universal evil, others a wonder sent down to humanity, and others still consider it no more than a source of riches. They are all wrong. The zone is impossible to understand when viewed through the prism of human perception. Moreover, it is far too early for humans to even try. Ergo, the actions of both the government and stalkers with respect to the zone are misguided, and I fear that the potential consequences may be, or indeed are, completely unpredictable. Naturally, this represents a terrible danger.
Alrighty.
Hopefully,
Bye.
my answers will be of help to us all.
I know what the zone is. I don't need to ask him that. We got some interesting lamps. Let's see. What's your deal? Nimble. He's from the first game. He's like one of the first NPCs that we ever meet. Dude, I haven't slept for 3 days. Or is it 4? Let me catch some Z's, right? Aight. Aw, man. It's good to see you, Nimble. Oh, here you...
Something on your mind, Merc?
Wait, is this the guy I'm supposed to talk to? Talk to the barman. Factions war. I'm not a member of any faction. Statistics. The renegades hate me. Everybody else seems neutral, I guess. Alright. Message log. Oh, that's cool. I might use that at some point. Does that just keep track of every message that's ever spoken? It looks like it. I can switch through the days. That's good. Talk to the barman. It looks like there's not just a diary or anything anymore. At least that I can tell. Statistics. Yeah, it looks like there's no diary or encyclopedia, which honestly feels like a mercy, because that was
Glad to see you.
the
Got any
biggest
new
headache.
questions for us?
It's trying to figure out the diary and stuff. Can I take this? No? Maybe later. Maybe they'll be like, oh, you need to go on this mission. Here, take this equipment. Let's go speak to the barman. I don't know what all these symbols are on my mini-map, but maybe it'll explain them.
Кончай уже, Рихтер. Молодец.
Is this the same barman?
I see you. Just a minute.
Oh, he looks completely different. And his name is Cold, not
Look who we got
actually
visiting
barman.
our swamps. You sure are a whiff of fresh air. Hello, Merc. You became quite a legend while you were out of it. Even you wouldn't believe some of the rumors I've heard. Anyways, here's a drink on the house for a lucky son of a gun. It should help you relax and tell me about your adventures. Because I'm just dying of curiosity.
Oh, alright. Well, there's not much to tell. I was leading a group of scientists through the swamps when an emission hit. I remember nothing after that. I regained my consciousness here. So, now you tell me what
Well
happened.
then, you drink and I'll tell you about this place. It used to be pretty quiet here. We had the paths worked out, the right places explored, and the approach covered. Of course, the swamps ain't exactly spring break material, but it wasn't too bad either. Yeah, it wasn't too bad until the last emission, the biggest we've ever seen. These days our boys pray both to God and the devil before going out of the base. Because getting back alive is a miracle in its own right. But we're managing to hold it together, because our guys ain't here for loot. They're fighting for a cause.
How did you end up here?
Collecting bottles one after another, and they let me here. I'm kidding, man. Truth is, there was no place for me in that other world. It didn't want me. In the end, I came here. First to the zone, and then to Clear Sky. The guys here are all right, and I'm needed here. They come back here after a mission, I pour them a drink, tell a few dirty jokes, and my job is done. Simple, but effective. By the way, they call me Cold around here.
about this place. Could you give me a clue as to where we are?
In our base. As you can see, it's a small, sinking farmstead in the middle of romantic, endless swamps. I couldn't
Holy
tell you
shit,
where
this
it is
radio is so
exactly,
loud.
but it's the last place in the zone where you can meet real people. Guys who won't screw you, stab you in the back, or let you bleed to death to save a med kit.
Okay. I'm no stranger to the zone, yet I've never heard about Clear Sky. How do things work here?
You know why you've never heard of it? Because too many people want to know about it. And the fewer that do, the better. Lebedev is our
Can't
leader.
wait for him to
The
say
man
this
is a
name.
rock if ever I've seen one. He's the glue that holds our whole group together. Then there's Binpolev. Professor Binpolev. He's like a walking encyclopedia,
so
a calculator in one.
immature.
Knows more about the zone than
Binpolev.
well, anyway. Our technician's called Gray. He can make you a rifle out of an empty can with ammo to boot. He could use some spares, but apart from that. And finally, we have Suslov. He's a trader, but he ain't like the others of his trade. He won't try to rip you off or screw you.
Colt,
He knows what
leave the
stalkers
Merc
go
alone
through
with
to
your
get their
dirty
loot,
jokes.
and he
I need to
respects
see
that.
him.
Well, brother, if Lebedev
Oh,
says he needs to see
Lebedev.
you, ain't up for a discussion. Go on, I'll catch you later. Well, next time you're at the swamps, don't be a stranger.
Alright. I think I'm actually immediately going to use my message log because I need to remember these names. It's like a walking encyclopedia and a calculator in one. So anytime we have questions, we should probably go to Binpolev. And then obviously Lebedev is gonna give us our missions. Gray is for like, maybe he repairs our equipment or something. Or maybe he trades with weapons better than the general trader, who is Suslov. And Suslov is a good guy, apparently. He won't rip us off. Alright, good to know. Let's get back to Lebedev. I'm gonna mispronounce every single name in the game, probably. Just FYI.
Got some fresh air? You look better, that's for sure. Let me fill you in on this situation. You're in the Clear Sky base. Don't try to remember who we are. You've never heard of us, and there's a very good reason for that. Our mission is to research the zone. We believe that the zone must be studied and understood so that humanity knows what it is facing here. Understanding is the key to coexisting with the zone. Because if you think about it, the zone is the most wondrous phenomenon humanity has been confronted with in its entire history.
I guess I can agree with that. It's pretty weird.
As I said, we are researchers. We are trying to figure out the nature of the zone, determine the reasons which caused it to appear, and formulate the rules that govern its existence. We are not consumed by a quest for money. We don't seek fields of artifacts, and we're not interested in turf wars with other factions. That is why we're hiding here in the swamps and concentrating on our research. Our forte is not combat, but knowledge. Knowledge of the zone, accumulated over years of research. We know more about it than stalkers and the government combined. And our research was finally shaping up into a sound, coherent picture until the massive emission a few days ago.
What was so peculiar about it? We've had emissions
No,
before.
that emission was incredibly powerful. It was on a level of its own. It was like a hurricane that swept the whole zone, changing it. Everything is different. The well-known and relatively safe areas have become highly radioactive and full of anomalies. But now, you can access parts of the zone that have been unreachable for years. Even the most hardened stalkers don't know what awaits them on their favorite path. The other thing that changed is people, and that became evident right away. The emission destroyed the fragile balance between factions, and they're now warring for territory. In other words, many strange things have happened, and I don't yet fully understand the scale of these changes. It's only been a few days since the emission. If you ask me, the strangest thing of all is that you managed to survive it.
If I knew how I survived, I'd tell you in a second. But I don't remember anything.
I see. How can I help you?
I'd better leave. I'm pretty beat up, but I can still walk and hold a gun. How do I get out of here?
Getting out of here isn't easy, not by a long shot. The swamps are a real maze of reeds and radioactive quicksand, swarming with terrible monsters and human scum. And I don't know which is worse. Only a guide can lead you safely out of here. We only have a handful of them. Guys I would trust with my life without a second thought. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Because if I let you go, our presence here might not stay a secret for long.
Uh-oh. What are you trying to
We're
say?
having a very tough time here recently. The emission reduced the number of anomalies in the swamps, which made the area easily accessible for bandits and other vermin. There are so many of them, they'll be setting up camp in our base soon if we don't do something about it. The problem is that we're not really the fighting type, so we've been steadily losing ground. But you, one look at you, tells me you're a pro at that sort of thing.
This is the second outpost.
Your
We're under attack. I
experience
repeat,
can save
we're
the
under
lives
attack.
of many
Help!
of my... That's enough
Uh-oh.
chit-chat. There's been another attack on our outpost. Help us fight it off. If it makes any difference, some of the boys who saved you are there right now. You still remember how to survive in the zone?
I remember bits and
Great.
pieces.
Get over to the trader and he'll fit you out with some basic equipment. After that, head straight to the outpost. Once you're outside the base, listen to my advice. I'll try to guide you along.
Okay. Alright, let's
Trader,
get to the trader.
The fighter is on his way to you. Issue him with
Oh,
all
this is
the-
cool. I'm so excited.
Roger that.
Alright. So I'm a bit confused.
With us again?
I'm just gonna pause it here. Because I don't know if I'm actually gonna be timed or something. Because I've failed missions in the first game just because I was goofing around. If we didn't know what Clear Sky was, then what were we doing in the swamps leading a group of scientists? Like, who were we before? That's one question I have. And the other is, how long is this after the first game? Why is nobody talking about... Well, I guess they haven't had much reason to, but... when does this take place, and what was, the end of the first game? What caused the huge emission? I'm interested to figure that out. Anyway, let's save this outpost. Docent
At
Suslav.
last. Here, take this basic equipment kit. It's designed
Okay.
specifically for patrol missions.
Got some ammo, a shotgun, a pistol, a knife, an echo detector, some first aid, and anti-radiation drugs. Thanks. Hey, is it always this
I've been
stressful here?
ordered to issue you some equipment. There's no time for
Oh,
questions.
yeah, I guess that's true. Probably don't have time to strike up a conversation. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, okay. We actually got a rifle. Echo detector. Anomalous activity detector built-in Geiger counter produces an alarm signal when you approach an anomaly. It can also register the presence of artifacts and measure the distance to the nearest one. When closed, the device registers only radiation and anomalies. To switch to artifact search mode, raise the device's front cover antennae. Okay. Interesting. Do I have any ammo for the AK? How do I switch to it? Maybe I can't until I walk out the gate.
Stalker, what do you want?
Ready to go to the outpost? Yeah, I think I'm ready. Alrighty, I'll blindfold you until we get there. You understand, I'm sure. We must keep the route secrets. Okay. Okay, yeah, now I've got my rifle. I only have 30 shots with it. Oh, interesting. I don't actually aim down the sights anymore. And crouching doesn't seem to help my accuracy. Oh, I aim down the sights with this, just not with the pistol. It seems off. I don't think that the iron sight is... It's not exactly straight, is it?
Merc, there are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bolt in front of you.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. I know how to handle. I know how to handle anomalies. Although they are a little bit harder to see. Yeah, I might need to start employing bolts.
Oh, by the way, you can sometimes find artifacts in anomalies. You can't see them, but detectors spot them easily enough. If you get close enough, your detector will indicate the location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up, easy as pie. Keep in mind that your current detector isn't exactly top of the line.
Ow.
It only shows the distance to the artifact.
Why am I still bleeding? Oh, I guess I was still bleeding. Oh, we gotta get there. I'm gonna try and figure out what they're talking about by the, like, artifact detector, but I haven't seen anything on my HUD so far. Oh, this game looks so good. I actually really like that the pistol is not a true aim down sights, because it was really hard to shoot the pistols in the first game with the recoil. Oh, I should probably quick save it. Yeah.
Run for the tower! The monsters can't get you there!
I think I'm good. It looks like you took care of them. Oh, no, there are more. Okay. Whoop.
You're right on time, bro. I'm real low on ammo, so let's make the best of it together.
Okay. Just gotta kill the boars. Seems easy enough. Oops.
Attention all fighters. An mission is approaching. Get to cover now.
Oh. Oh no! He just died! Don't mind if I do. Do I still need to get out of here? Uh-oh. Oh. Everything died. I guess I'm just immune to the emissions. Thought I was supposed to be fighting bandits. What happened?
You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far
Yeah, you
from the
don't
tower
sound that
when things
surprised.
calmed down a bit. You know, Bien Polev was right.
I can't
You
believe his
defy
name is
scientific
Beanvalev.
explanation. He believes that you
believe his
acquired
name's
some,
Beanvalev.
let's say, unusual abilities, which help you survive anomalous activity that would literally tear anyone else down to atoms. Also, it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point that our monitoring equipment goes off the scale.
Whoa, how
Don't get
vague.
too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die.
Okay, that doesn't really seem like a fly in the ointment if emissions normally just straight up kill people. It seems like it's just like, you know, still a bonus that I can survive a few more emissions. Why do emissions
A
occur this
normal
often?
emission is the release of energy accumulated in the zone. A discharge, if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, The increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat, akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the Brain Scorcher.
Zone tolerates some areas and forbids us from going to others. So, I'm so confused. Hundreds of people got past the Scorcher because I turned off the antenna in the first game, and that was like, not even a choice. That was just like, no matter what, finishing the game, you had to turn off the Scorcher. So, what is this guy talking about? Was it covered up? What happened in the first game? Someone got past the Scorcher? What risks does this pose for the zone?
It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the wish granter. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the Brain Scorcher.
Is this happening? Is this game's events at the same time as the first game, maybe? That seems kind of unlikely. Well, I don't know. It seems like the most likely thing at the moment. Is there a real... Because, like, at the time where only one person made it past the Brain Scorcher, it was S.T.A.L.K.E.R, right? He was the only one to get to the center of the zone at first, I think. Or at least the only one that people knew of, maybe? Is there a real way to pass the Scorcher? Even a theoretical chance?
I didn't think so until the large emission. Hell, nobody thought so. However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, then the answer is obvious. Someone made it through the Scorcher, and the emission was the zone's response. And since the emissions haven't stopped, whoever it was must still be alive. The zone is trying to get them, and it's killing everything that's alive in the process.
It seems very presumptuous to assume the zone is conscious. I mean, just judging by the information that this guy has. What is the danger of such frequent emissions?
I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium. The zone is unstable right now, and this instability is increasing. If the constant emissions aren't stopped, the zone will become so unstable that a new disaster will occur. Which brings us to what Clear Sky is doing. We are trying to prevent that disaster.
Prevent the disaster? You're not even strong enough to fight off
You're
bandits.
right. But we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions. And that means something.
Lots of confidence you got there. So what's the
We
plan?
have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them at any price.
Oh, so my mission for this game is still gonna be kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Maybe not. Why are you telling me
There's a
this of all
strange
people?
connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will.
Don't see how it's a curse.
They mean you can get through places that others wouldn't even dream of. And at the moment, we need to act very quickly.
Not sure I want to jump right in the thick of things. Why do I have to take part in this?
I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Now, this may sound like a line from a corny movie, but you really don't have a choice.
Looks like my options are pretty limited.
Yes. So, will you help us?
Yeah, of
Then
course I'll
listen
help you.
carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange
Aha.
components. That's all we have for the moment, but it's a lead.
That'll be fine. How do I reach the
Through
cordon?
the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the cordon, we have to regain control of the swamps. And with your help, I think we should be able to do it.
Oh, understood. Okay, I actually do think, at this point, that this must take place during, probably, whoops, it probably starts off, like, right when the first game starts off, or around there. Because Clear Sky, as they've made clear, haha, is a secret, so it would make sense that we never heard of it in the first game at any point. And also the zone's still around, and they're still talking about the Brain Scorcher, and that only one person has made it past the Brain Scorcher, which wouldn't make sense if it were after the first game. And Sidorovich is still working in the cordon. I think we'll probably get some real answers as soon as we meet Sidorovich. So I guess I'll hold off on any more theorizing until we get there. Alright, let's talk to Nimble. Wait a minute! Reaching the swamps is easy. Our guides will lead you out. But if you want to actually survive there, you need to learn about the current tactical situation and your PDA's new features. So, if you're curious about any of that, just ask. What's the tactical situation like? In a word, shit. In two, deep shit. Our fighters can hardly hold the great swamps. They're being constantly pushed back by bandits and monsters. The enemy simply outnumbers us. What must be done to gain control over the swamps? Reduce the enemy's numbers. Or to put it simply, shoot down as many as possible of those who are shooting at us. If we don't, our fighters will have no chance of securing the swamps. What are you doing here? Trying to get some rest. Assembling pieces of information the guys bring me, consulting our valiant leader. You see, we guides are Clear Sky's eyes and ears at the swamps. Okay, tell me about my PDA's
Your main
new
guide is the
features.
objective section. Your main objective is displayed here, together with a selected additional objective. There can be several additional objectives which you can cycle through using these buttons. Most objectives are also displayed on the map, with the exception of rare occasions when your objectives cannot be located. We will need your help with not only destroying the enemy, but also capturing key positions. In these situations, our fighters will be grateful if you provide covering fire as they capture a position. By the way, don't ignore calls for help. Our boys' lives could be at stake.
Gotcha.
Hovering over a mark on the map will display additional information. In addition to your objectives, friendly units and identified enemies will also be displayed on the map. Okay, as I'm sure you understand, our main objective is to establish control over the swamps. And that means a war against the aggressor. This section allows you to access tactical information about combat operations at any time. Information about your current faction is displayed on the left. Right now, that's us, Clear Sky. Information about the main enemy is displayed on the right. This shows our approximate combat strength. This shows how many fighters we have. And this is our equipment supply.
I
Similar
see.
indicators are also shown for our enemy.
So they went way
Finally,
more into
this field
the
allows you to
faction
see the
elements
current
in this
strategic
game.
mission, as well as tactical objectives that must be achieved in order to complete the strategic mission. Completed strategic missions will be displayed at the bottom. The
Okay, this
last
is
tab
cool.
allows you to view your current relations with all factions, as well as each faction's combat strength. Your personal stats are also displayed here. That's pretty much it.
All right, I like it. It seems much more streamlined and simplified, uh, which is very nice. What can you offer me? Take these coordinates. They point to a backpack next to a stalker's corpse under the pipeline. How much is that going to set me back? 400? I don't have that much. I don't have that much cash. Come back when you have enough. Oh, okay, so he didn't actually give me the coordinates yet. I was like, what? Why? What is my motivation to pay him? Okay. All right. Uh, that weird little square. Anyway, I think this is where I'm gonna end it for the first episode. Let me go ahead and, well, I'll do that after. So yeah, we are helping out Clear Sky, this mysterious faction that was never mentioned in the first game, and trying to figure out when we are. Can I open my map? Oh, I see. So here's the garbage. Agroprom Research Institute. It is the same map. And we go all the way up to Pripyat, and there's Chernobyl. All right. So yeah, we just need to get to the cordon and talk to Sidorovich. This is some place we didn't have access to in the first game, which I think just further reinforces my assumption that this takes place during the first game. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is first episode of Clear Sky. I'm really looking forward to the game. And I will see you in the next episode.